it physical, mental, emotional, or psychological, is still pain. When scientists scanned the brains of people experiencing all the different kinds of pain, they found that no matter what type it was, the brain processed it in the same way. Regardless of whether the pain was caused by a fracture in a friendship or a bone, the brain still said, ouch, that was harmful, make it stop. When a person comes to the ER, they are asked to rate their pain on a scale from 1 to 10. I would imagine that if a person were hit 40 miles by a car going 40 miles an hour, they would definitely rate their pain at a 10. And then there's me, and let's face it, I'm kind of a little bit, okay, a lot. I'm a wimp. And if I came in with a broken arm, I'd probably rate my pain at a 9. No, scratch that. Definitely a 10. But wait, how is the level of pain from someone who is suffering probably massive internal bleeding comparable with someone with a broken arm? Well, it is, but it isn't. While the need for intensive intervention exists for the person who's been in the car crash, and not so much for my little broken arm, that doesn't mean that I'm not still in pain. You see, there's a problem. The problem lies in the flawed way we handle pain. First, we handle it on a literal level. We expect everyone to experience pain in the same way. We place a specific level of expected pain on a breakup with a boyfriend and a much higher level of expected pain on the loss of a loved one. But this is not necessarily true. Another flaw we run into is comparison. Once we place people at an arbitrary expected level of pain, we shame them when the level of pain they are experiencing exceeds the arbitrary box we attempt to shove their expected pain level into. God gave us comparison not to shame us, but to encourage us, to humble us, and to remind us that He is faithful to never give us anything we cannot handle in and through Him. 2 Corinthians 1:3-5 says, "The God of all comfort, who comforts us in our tribulation, that we may be able to comfort those in any trouble with the comfort which we ourselves were comforted by God." It says all comfort. He doesn't just comfort some, He comforts all. God is there to comfort the man who lost his wife and children in the fire that didn't take them away right away. When it took 2 months before God took them into His loving arms, God is there for the woman who learned she has terminal cancer. God is there for the sister whose big brother is in Afghanistan, and she sits up every night afraid he won't come home. God is there for the child who waits in fear for the next blow to come, or for the next fight between his mom and his dad, believing that this time, Daddy will really leave. God is there for the child who is forced into yet another facade of a loving family. He is there for the boy who lost his best friend, his dog. God is there for the soldier who is no longer fighting a literal battle, but is still fighting for his life as his mind tries to convince him that the war isn't over. And He is there for the woman who loses her legs and will never dance ballet again. God is there for the family who has to move because their house was foreclosed on, for the little boy who didn't get onto the football team he practiced for months to get onto. He is there for the girls whose best friend started a rumor behind her back, for the girl whose best friend moved away. He is there for the child who got picked on at school, and He's there for the refugee in the war-ravaged country who has no food for her starving children and is forced to watch their innocence be stolen as they waste away while the country they once called home is ravished by war. It doesn't matter the quote-unquote severity of the suffering. God comforts us all, and we should comfort others too. Just because someone's struggles don't look like another person doesn't diminish their pain. And also, when someone suffers from mental illness, people tend to say, just snap out of it, get over it already. But these people mean well, but I just kind of want to say, hey, okay, let me break your legs, okay? And get up from the ground and march yourself over to the hospital. Well, they can't because it's kind of the same thing. They have no more power over their illness than someone with, let's say, asthma. And I also don't believe that a person can faith themselves out of sickness or pain. Faith is important, but God doesn't depend on it. He can heal us whether we have faith or not because He ultimately has a plan, and His plan will come through no matter what. God can deliver us in the storm, by the storm, through the storm into life, or through the storm into greater glory, that being heaven. He is faithful. He will give us strength to overcome our pain. We all have pain and we all suffer. And it is useless and harmful to deny that someone is in pain because their pain doesn't look like someone else's. Find strength and humility in God that he gave us the strength to provide. Be proud of your experiences. They show how strong you are. I am proud of you. You have survived. You have made it this far. You have made it another day. And don't ever let the supposed greater degree of someone else's pain discourage you or make you feel like your pain is wrong or doesn't exist. God loves you. God bless.